We know what's happening. Thank you, Jana. You can see the pattern and you can walk out of the pattern because you are not immersed in the pattern. You're objectively looking at the pattern. Okay. And let's see. Oh, yes. In this community, all voices are important. Everybody's voice is important. Everybody's voice it will be heard. And this is a work in cooperation. I am not the program. The program, there is no program. This is the space. And this new world is derived from, on the basis of unity and oneness. And together we will evolve this new earth and see where it goes. It's really kind of cool. And it's going to be fun to just let it, unfold without having huge parameters that limit us, because we are limitless. And when we put things in a box, it does not work. It doesn't. And I'm not willing to do that. And I love your feedback. Please provide me with all feedback. I love it. I am able to receive that. And I'm grateful to receive that because I'm very new at this. And I have a lot of information. And I want to give the information to my human family so they can walk out of this programming and become a deliberate creator with the divine and experience their true birthright of experiential life with joy and living in this amazing Alice in Wonderland that I live now. I get to experience myself as the sky and the trees and everything is me because I've tuned up my instrument to the vibration of the divine. And so as it flows through me, then I feel it. The feeling is the gift. And so when I look at the sky, I feel it within me. And so I feel like the sky. I feel like the trees. And everything is talking to me all the time. And energy is a language. And there are many forms of communication in that language, such as words, of course. Everything is just a symbol that defines a frequency, and they're multidimensional. And so there's colors, shapes. Sorry, there must be a limiting belief in there. I'm just coughing. Colors, shapes, words, liquid, solid, vapor. Everything is a frequency. Like the dew on the grass. If you put a plate out and you collect the dew on the grass, you drink it, you're getting, that is like healing frequencies. And so we can use the frequencies of our environment to connect with the frequencies in our body, to learn how to shift our energy and to integrate into our body and to change our thinking, which means change your identity, so that we can become deliberate creators. And that's what we're all doing here. And that is done in many, many facets. And we are all those facets. And I like to do shadow work and mirroring the unconscious mind and help people find their pattern so they can walk out of that and help them raise the cellular vibration with the tools that I give them so they can unite with the divine and me and all of us and be a co-creator with me and not have to live in this old trauma from the past that is created by the program. There is nothing wrong with you. Nobody is broken. Nobody is flawed. No one needs to be fixed. Okay? What needs to be done is the programming needs to be changed. The programming is what caused all of the quote unquote dysfunction, disharmony in your life. And that disharmony is not necessarily, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's fun but it's for reasons of lessons because I am here in Earth University and I'm learning to be an energetic alchemist so that I can become a creator and create with the divine. That's why I'm here. And I have done that or am pretty far along that journey now, thanks to my horrific suffering which is what was the key to my rebirth. And so I just want to give the tools to these people, because this is not just like information. I have done it. I have embodied it. I am it. So no one can tell me that this doesn't work. It does. And everyone is able to do this if you really want it. But I can't do the work for you. I'll just give you the tools and I can guide you. And you're worth it, because we are all worthy. And it's a journey. And it's really beautiful because, you know, when I was going through a lot of it, especially the first part, it wasn't very fun. But now I look back on it and there's so much beauty in all of that, just unfolding me and finding me and seeing the truth and processing that stuff and walking out of that. It's all actually beautiful now. And so everything that I experienced is literally, there's no emotional charge to it anymore. And I just had experience last night where my ex-husband, he's been gone about 3 months, and we were married 36 years, and he came and just got the last of his things. And it was horrible. It was horrible. But it was beautiful at the same time, because he has had so much trauma. He was in the Cambodian War, and he saw people murdered every day for 4 years, and horrific things you can't imagine. And it was just too much. There's no way I could ask him to go in and look at that stuff to try to change his behaviors, which are the behaviors that allowed him to survive such a horrible existence. So anyway, in order for me to be able to do this and to fulfill my purpose, that was the end of the road, and we both knew it. But it was like a death, and yeah, it was not good, because I do love him, but I love me now too. And so I can only save me. I can't save him. So I had to let him go. And in order for me to save him or help him is to just do this, so that I can provide the tools that people who are in that depth of trauma, if they're ready, they can get out. And so I just want to honor him for that. Okay. And then okay, I'm going to do the set our intention. We're going to do a heart rate coherence, so we can create this morphogenic field of love. And in this field of love, we can put so much love into the field, the collective field, in which everybody creates from. And so we are kindling those good experiences that we can then draw off from to create the new world. And I need everybody give me permission to do the heart rate coherence and the connection. Just raise your hand. Dina, I'm assuming you're saying yes. All right. She's giving a little thumbs up. So we're going to do that. And then as I'm doing it, I want you to set your individual intention of what it is you desire. So just kind of think about that right now. And then your intent, and then ask the question, show me something that I don't know. And then I'm going to set an intention for the whole group to raise the cellular vibration, open our heart, raise the vibration, so we can change the programming. And we're going to get what happens. We will call in energies, and we will actually get downloads for our biological computer. So we are upgrading the cellular codes, the cellular vibration, so they can connect with higher codes, and we get higher frequencies, and we get new information from which to create from the field. And to do the heart rate coherence, you do 4 belly breaths in, and then we're going to hold it for the count of 8. And then you let exhale to the count of 8. Because when the exhale is longer than the inhale, you are resetting your autonomic nervous system back to neutral. And so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to do 3 breaths with you, and then you'll continue to breathe that way all the way through. and just hold your intention. And again, ask, show me something I don't know. So something that you need to process or something that you need to see to help you get the programming out. And then as I'm doing that, I'm just going to go through the little meditation of talking to ourselves, myself, every morning and every night that I do. And so we're instructing the cells, because you are instructing the cells, right? You're tuning your instrument. So you were going to instruct the cells of what to do. And okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to talk through that, and then so we're going to make the morphogenic field right now. Okay. So I'm going to do the breathing with you first. And can somebody mute? Can you mute your screen, Wendy? Thank you. Okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so 4 breaths in, hold to the count of 8, and 4 breaths, 8 breaths out. And pull up your intention in your mind, use a vision of what it is that you want, okay? And then evoke the feelings of gratitude and awe as we're doing this. And smile. Smiling is a posture, so it's instructing the body on what to do. Okay, so all of this is instructing the body using your mind-body complex. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna instruct the heart to open too. Okay, so 4 breaths in, starting 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just continue breathing. Smile. Pull up your intention. Oh, Great Spirit, the source of all creation, thank you for this gathering. And our intention is to raise our cellular vibration so we can resonate with the Great Spirit, so we can co-create with the divine energies of love, a new earth where love and abundance and cooperation reside. Thank you, Great Spirit. And we open our hearts. And we imagine your heart opening like a lotus flower and the petals. Moving forward, keep your awareness in your heart. Okay. And pull up a picture of the telephone in your mind and pick up the receiver and put it up to your ear. So that is a concept, and we're connecting with your body. Okay. Oh, beautiful cells, my beautiful radiant cells. I am so in love with thee. Thank you. Thank you for this gift of this radiant instrument that you have provided me for this experience in the realm of relativity, of duality. We honor you and we love you. And we call forth the energies of love. We call forth the energies of the divine. And you can see the golden orb above your head, the orb of love. Yes, and it's floating down through your crown. and through your left side of your brain, the right side of your brain, through your mouth, your throat, down your spine, circling your clockwise around your spinal cord. And then it's filling through all of your abdomen, your heart, all of your organs, just filling, all the way down your arms to your hands, your fingertips. Your hands are the vortexes that are open right now, along with our heart. And our vibration is rising. And it's filling down, all the way down through the lower chakras, through the root, and down on our legs, into our feet. And it feels warm and beautiful. It feels safe and radiant. And the vortex is in our feet. It goes through to the iron core crystal of our Mother Earth. Yes. And she sends us back her love. And so the energies from above and the energies from below connect in our heart. And it's open. It's open. Yes. And beautiful cells, beautiful cells. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this healing. We resonate with a vibration of love. We resonate with the vibration of oneness. We resonate with the vibration of light. Yes, we resonate with the vibration of health and well-being. We resonate with the beautiful vibration of love. We resonate with the iron core crystal of our Mother Earth. We resonate with the telluric realm of healing. We resonate with perfect health and well-being. Upon division, signal change. Upon division, signal growth and digestion. Signal perfect health and well-being. Count only every other year. Signal the production of telomerase to protect our telomeres, so we can keep our blueprints, our new blueprints, our blueprints of love, our blueprints of presence, not character, so we can be deliberate creators. I love that there's red, rich oxygenated blood flowing throughout my body and healing, coursing through every organ system. And every organ system is in complete and perfect structure as it was knitted together in my mother's womb. And every organ system works to perfection of that which it was created. And we work in harmony, for we are one system. One system. We harmonize. The many serve the whole, and the whole serve the many, for we are one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are love. Okay. That feels good. Okay. Okay. Now, Jana is going to say something. I'm not sure, Jana, if there's that many people here from your group, so I don't know if you still want to do that. That's up to you. I think you should. I think it's good practice. So let's do that.
Yeah, I think. I think it's not just it's practice, but it's also maybe some of these offerings when people are, conveying to people frequency and sound and how that plays into so much of what and who we are, that they're just like little snippets. So I'm just going to share. So thank you. I just wanted to invite you into feeling into some of the ways that sound has had such a profound effect on all of us by sharing these analogies. So it's like the way a lover's voice sounds in our ear during lovemaking, as opposed to when they are perhaps yelling at us. And all of you have probably already heard of AMSR, which is autonomous sensory meridian response. So they kind of call it like the brain massage. You can find videos on it on YouTube. But it's basically the body sensation you get by a whispering, or the sound, or watching somebody's hair being brushed, where the hair stands up on your arms and your scalp tingles. Frequencies being, I remember several years ago, I was in an ayahuasca ceremony waiting for the medicine to arrive, Sorrel meditation, and we're in there, and the practitioner, so a shaman, he says, he comes in and he says, love is not an emotion, and the whole room just dropped. And he says, love is a vibration, and it just, everything came through, and we were in the force, and you just felt those words like reverberating through your every cell. Every atom in the space was in that love. um, so, everything is a frequency. Jesus is a frequency, Allah is a
Mhm. Yeah.
frequency, Buddha is a frequency, and angels are a frequency, and that's why they're all good. It really just depends on like what you attune to, just like music. Many of us have favorite bands that we love to listen to, and then we have bands that our fields can't stand, and we'll turn the station every time one of their songs comes on the radio, right? So and then you have friends, like I have friends that like bands that I can't stand. And then when you relate that to people, I can also have a friend that I groove with so well, right? And then they have another friend that they groove with as beautifully as they do me, but I don't like their friend much. You know what I mean? I don't have it's not I don't like their friend, but I don't have harmony or resonance with that person. They're not my jam. Or maybe they're not my genre, right? Um, so hang on a second. So I lost my place here for a minute. Um, Let me see. Like, so a genre being a category of artistic composition, as in music or literature, categorized by similarities in form, style, or subject matter. So, some people like rock and some people like classical, some people like rap. So, sounds, I what I was going to, everybody here is pretty, really well in tune with what Beth has to say. But um, when I first experienced Beth, and we're all in Awaken Life Live. So pretty much I had kind of initially kind of a reaction because I didn't know how to receive her. Right. Um, so what I wanted to encourage people that are new to listening to this kind of way of bringing in the information and what she shares, because for some people it's going to take a minute. What I would say is receiving it like a song. So when you're listening to a song for the first time, you don't get hung up on the last lyric, right? You just kind of keep listening throughout. So some of the terms that she uses may not be something that we initially get, but I think our higher being and our divine intelligence does take it in. So maybe it's not today, but maybe even 3 days from now or 2 weeks from now, it's going to click. So it's kind of that same part of us that remembers all the lyrics to your favorite song when you're 5 years old.
Yeah.
Um, so another like analogy is when we have songs that get stuck in our head, especially ones that really annoy the shit out of you. So that's the same goes with thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So another concept that I just wanted to bring in is what's known as entrainment. And so entrainment is defined by a temporal locking process in which one system, motion, or signal frequency entrains the frequency of another system. So, of course, that's a universal phenomenon that's observed in like the pendulum, the clock, or biological systems. But music, we would see this as a concert, right? So we go to a show that we love, and everybody's in training to their, mutual passion for that particular performer. And that might happen as like a sing along. So, ever been at a Neil Diamond concert when Sweet Caroline comes on in a bar and it's like, good times never felt so good, and everybody is just in training and having, and they're having fun in that, and they're in training to joy, really. Well, conversely, last week in Texas, there was a concert where people entrained to the frequency of super dark chaos, and the crowd went completely nuts. So there's a lot of power in entrainment, and entrainment, of
Mhm.
course, that's where collective consciousness kind of comes in. And so, my last offering on the different ways that music is um, all of the music analogies to who we, are beings, um, is I've had a lot of people that have talked to me about being sad about people that have been really dear to them kind of falling out of their lives. And so this was just the kind of last thing to wrap it up. So imagine you're on a road trip and this awesome radio station comes on, and every single song that comes on is even better than the last. And you're just rocking out, just like, yes, you're having such a good time. And you're cruising along, and you're in the, maybe the very favorite one is on, and you're singing at the top of your lungs, and all of a sudden you get some static starting to kick in. And you're like, no. And then over that, like grating country or something that, that you don't want to hear is competing with your song. And you're just like, what is going on here? So you're got your eyes off the road, you're fiddling with the knobs and cussing at your radio. You're trying so hard to keep that song on, but you're out of range. And you just can't pick up the signal anymore. It's just, and it's okay, because you're going to find another station that comes in, and the music's going to be even better. So just keep your eyes on the road. And that's pretty much it for me tonight. But I'm so glad you guys are all here. And I'm so glad that Beth is holding this space for all. I'm just so happy. And I also want to say, thank you, everybody at Awaken Life Live, for everything, because it brought us all together, and that is just beautiful, right? It's just beautiful.
Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
All right, Rob, you're gonna do a meditation for us, right?
Oh, wait, just one second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Rob has a really awesome meditation that he wants to share, and how he described it was kind of putting us in a place of kind of being the captain and being an observer in this whole process, so that it can better teach us how to be in that meditation and not be so distracted. But he's awesome. And so with no further ado, bring it home, Rob. Let me put you on as, let me see. Let me unmute you. There we go. Got it.
Actually,
He's unmuted.
my internet seemed to be a little bit slow, so I'm thinking of turning off my video. That way everything goes.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, this is a whole body meditation. It's connecting with the subconscious mind. So, because the body is an intelligent biological machine.
Mm-hmm.
So, just settle into where you are, adjust your posture, and allow yourself to sit with a straight back, arch it, move it, and just allow it to fall into place. Trust the body to know what to do. It already knows what it wants and needs. This is creating efficiency in your nervous system. So ask it for clear communication between all the parts of the body. Allow the body to adjust itself in its proper time. Trust, just sit knowing that this is taking place. The body already knows what proper alignment is, and all we need to do is trust with it and be glad that it isn't all up to us. We only need to remove our dis-eases from the equation that is in the mind. This gives our body permission to freely adjust itself and take care of itself. Feel the nervous system, your cells, and your muscle tissues firing up, opening clear channels of communication throughout the nervous system, within all parts of the body. Drop your consciousness down through all the chakras. Connect with the root. And feel the peace and ease generate and flow through you. Sit quietly for this moment. You don't have to think about anything right now. the mind can take a break right now. Breathe deeply. Take it in and feel it. Do you feel the air touching your lungs? On each breath, feeling the air touch your lungs. That is the feeling of the lungs extracting oxygen from the breath. Feel grateful that you can do this as the lungs are delivering oxygen into the blood. This process is happening all of the time, feeding and energizing the body. Notice your heart beating. Sense it pumping lifeblood through the body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to all the tissues, to every cell, empowering them to function properly and for our benefit. This process is happening for us, for our benefit. So let's open our hearts to joy and gratitude, because the body is working for us, even when we are not thinking about it. It's there for us. Send a command as well as this joy and gratitude, and ask it to work vibrantly for the optimal regeneration of cells, and feeling the difference in the body now. The energy, the life force flowing and growing, intensifying. Notice it responding to these commands and requests. Feel your energy rise. Send a spirit of cooperation to your body. Ask it, tell me what you need. Give it permission to adjust your sense of hunger and cravings and the desires for the proper foods, nutrients, and minerals that it needs. Send the command for what is wanted and essential for the optimum performance of this intelligent biological machine, for optimal healing and perfect regeneration of cells. Now at the top of the spine, in the center of the brain, is the pituitary gland. This is the master gland of all the other glands that command the functions and release of hormones in all the other glands. Send the command for the proper conversion and creation of body chemicals, dictating your best mood in the state of your entire system throughout the day. Feel the energy rushing throughout the system, flowing, circulating. If you can visualize it, seeing and feeling, bearing witness to this creation energy, circulating, encompassing, and engulfing your entire being. And bear witness to the deluge of life force within us, for we are the commander, and the body is a dear friend, our dear friend and servant. And when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes, but stay as long as you need in this beautiful place.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was amazing, Rob. Jeez.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You just start making your tapes. That was wonderful. I'm so serious. That was
Working on it.
wonderful. You have the perfect voice and everything. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Yes. Cece, she's loving it too. I know you got to share too, Cece. I know you do them too. And so you're going to have to share one of yours. Like, yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. I'll have to come back. Okay. 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 I'm going to describe the creative process. And to be the process that I used to change my identity, to change my programming, was I sat down with paper and pencil, and well, I was riding my bike, and I was thinking about things, and the divine said to me, "You know, you can change that anytime." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And it said, "You can change your identity anytime you want." And I said, what do you mean? He said, "Well, you know, it's not real. It's just a story in your head." And I just started laughing. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that's right. It is just a story in my head. It's not real. So I can create a new story and a new identity anytime I want." And that one I had was not working for me at all. And it was created a lot of dysfunction. And it was the old programming. The story was based from the programming. And so I wanted to get the programming out. And so I was creating a new me. And I created a new creator, actually, for me, because I knew I needed to have a relationship with a creator, a loving relationship with a creator. And so I changed my belief about my creator. And I had a lot of beliefs from my childhood religious programming. And that's not to say anything about negative about religion. It was just, for me, it didn't work because I was taught that I was born a sinner, and I had a God that loved me. But when I got to see him on the big chair up there, he was going to judge me and determine whether or not I had, made the grade, whether I could enter. And that created so much dysfunction in my life that literally at 50 years old, when I'm trying to do this, I'm laying in bed, like terrified that I'm going to go to hell because I'm changing my definition of my creator. It took me about 6 months to every night just asking, to help me release this. And finally it did. That's how ingrained it was in me and how much control it had over me at that age. And I knew it was like irrational, sort of. I knew it was irrational and I wanted to change it, but it had me so just held in prison because of fear and guilt and shame and unworthiness and all of those beliefs that it had created for me. So I made a new creator, a loving creator, a creator that resides within me and not outside of me, and a creator that views me in perfect, complete wholeness and an expression of its essence, which its essence is love. And like a loving parent would view a child, and all it wanted for me was to succeed. And it was going to give me everything in their power possible to help me succeed. But I also recognized that I was a child and I had to have experiences to learn and grow from. And so it allowed me to choose those experiences. And I would reference then the definitions of my experience, the end result of my experience, questions, what does this mean? I stopped referencing out there and just went inside to reference, what does this mean? And how I did that was I would just go to my heart, and I drop into my heart. And you can do this for anything that, any question you have, or if you ask your heart, just put your awareness on your heart and get centered and go to that space and ask your heart, you know, my lovely heart, is this relationship good for me? And it will literally answer you. You will hear a yes or no. And so if you would do that now, I think that would be great. Just go to your heart, center yourself, go to your heart and think of a question and make it a yes or no question. And we don't always necessarily like the answer, because sometimes we need to stay in certain experiences for reasons of growth. We don't know what's coming, and there might be something really good that's going to come out of this experience. And that is literally what I followed. That was my guidance for the last 5 years. And it continued and will continue to be for the rest of this life experience. So this is my reference internally, and I get the answers, and I follow. And sometimes my conscious mind wants to do something different, and I've learned through experience that it doesn't work out. So I just follow it. I follow and I follow it, and everything just absolutely unfolds perfectly beautifully. And it's just amazing what's happening in my reality, because I'm creating with the divine. And so I don't know if you ask a question and get the answer. Does anybody have any questions about that? Do they want to say what they asked and see the answer? Or just keep that to yourself? It's up to you.
I will.
Okay.
I said, my loving heart, is this move to Florida good for me? And I got a big yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. You're coming regardless, sorry. Yes, and so that's my internal guidance system. That's my navigation system of asking the questions. And the important thing is to ask the right questions. Ask what's right, not what's wrong. Ask the right questions that have to bring a positive answer or a clear answer. What am I doing right versus what am I doing wrong? You know, where am I successful at versus why am I a failure? Ask the right questions and you'll get the positive answers, because thoughts are poisonous. And I tell people this all the time, and this is like literal. This is not metaphor. Like, your thoughts can kill you or can heal you. And I will tell people that as they're talking about whatever it is, and remind them, be aware of what you're talking about, be aware of what you're thinking about, because right now you're speaking things into existence. And so when I realized that, I was the biggest disciple of my mind, and I still am to the best of my ability, because that's what actually helped me create my new reality. I had to maintain the awareness all the time of what was going on in there and what I was feeling in my body. And so your thoughts can kill you. Literally, if you are thinking, I feel depressed, you are going to feel depressed. If you are thinking, I feel joy, you are going to feel joy. And yes, it's a process to change that. And that is this process of changing the programming. And it is using the emotions in the body to align with the thoughts, with the vision, your imagination, to fuel them into manifestation. And in order to do that, we have to learn how to control our instrument, to shift the vibration. So you're learning to be a creator with energy. And so you have to know what energy feels like inside your body and what does it mean. And so if you think bad thoughts, like if you think of an old experience, you go inside and you think of an old experience and feel how that feels in your body. And if you listen to music, music was a big healer for me. And about 3 years ago, I was told that I needed to listen to sacred acoustics every night, all night long. And I still do. And I listen to a lot of times the affirmations, the Ho'oponopono. There's many of them. And if you want them, I can list you some, but you just go on YouTube and they're free. And it took me a little while to get used to it, but now I can't even sleep without it. And that has shifted my reality immensely, because as we're sleeping, we're in that deep, the mind, the vibration, the frequency, then it's connecting with your unconscious mind, and you're rewriting your neural network, rewriting your programming while you're sleeping. And as you're falling asleep, I use my imaginary complex, and I imagine what I want. And I'm imagining what is happening right now in this minute. I began imagining 3 years ago. And I would imagine myself with speaking like this on the Zoom. And I would imagine myself sitting with people like clients, friends. And I would have the conversations. And I would have the conversations from the mind of a wellness coach, from the mind of a guide, from the mind of love, from the mind of unity, from the mind of lessons, not a mind of division, not a mind of blame or shame, a mind of cooperation and abundance. And I visualized that, and I visualized the picture of what I wanted. I felt it. I walked through it. I felt the grass on my feet. I felt my hands on my table. I felt the wind in my hair, and I experienced the emotions within me. And at first I couldn't shift my energy because everybody's stuck in the left polarity. So we don't even know what anything else feels like. And so I used a memory to evoke the feeling within me. So then I could learn, oh, this feels like this and this feels like that. So what we're doing is having opposite contrasting feelings within the body, so we can learn to weigh and measure energy, and then we can control it. And so now, just after lots of practice, I can just shift my energy at will. And when I'm with someone, I know exactly what it says. I can just read their field, because your field is out here. Your whole reality is out here in the field. And so you just tune into one part, and then you can just read the people like a book. It's amazing. And I know that I'm a creator from love. And so never, ever, ever would I ever put any negative intention in anyone's field, because when I'm doing that, I am breaking my field too, breaking the integrity of my field. And that is in thoughts, emotions, focus of attention, focus, and my intention behind what it is that I do when I'm working with people. And my intention is to create wellness, not illness. So yes, and so that's what you can all do too. That's what we're all trying to do. And so we have to create a boundary, and you need to learn to read your field first. So we'll do that using the body and shifting the energy, weighing and measure it. And okay. And so then I've created my new creator, my identity of my new creator, which is love. And then I had to create my own new identity. And my new identity is the observer. I'm not the story running in my mind. I'm not the body. I'm the observer of it. Okay. So I'm the one that's creating. I am the orchestrator. And yes, I am the orchestrator of what it is that I want to create. And then I asked myself, where am I? Where am I? So where am I? Okay, so I'm going to create the field of my dream. Okay, so for me, where am I? I am in Earth University, and I am learning to be a creator. I'm learning to shift and move energy to manifest what it is that I want, in tune with frequencies of love for my love for my creator. And so because I'm love, I can only create love. And yeah, it's beautiful to create with love. It's very beautiful. And that comes with being aware all the time of what's in my mind and what's going on in my body. And to gain that awareness, what I did, I knew who my creator is. I know who I am. I'm in the awareness. And I know where I am. I'm in Earth University, learning to become a creator. Okay. And so the fourth one is, why am I here? Why am I here? Learn to be a deliberate creator in union with the divine. For reasons of lessons in the realm of relativity of opposites. So I have can weigh and measure energy and create with it. So that's why I'm here. And let's see. And that's my purpose. My purpose is to become a creator. Okay. And then I had to figure out what I wanted to create. And I wanted to create, that was my proposal, pre-posal. So it's before the creation. And I want to create beauty. And I use I wanted to create an orchestra with a beautiful melody. And so I created a game. So the game I'm playing in Earth University, is a treasure hunt. And so everybody holds a treasure for me. They hold a clue. And at the end of my journey, I get the treasure. And the treasure, of course, is me. It is uniting and being the creator that I am. And now that I know who I am and how to create, I hear a different language than what other people speak. And so when you are creating from the mind of love, you hear a different language. So when people talk, I am hearing 2 or 3 languages being spoken at the same time, because those are different dimensions. And I'm going too far in that. Okay, I got to pull back on that. That's too much. Okay. So to change my programming, what I did was I had to integrate with my body. And so I would lay outside and I would feel what the grass feels like inside my body. I would close my eyes. And what does grass feel like in my body? And then I would listen to the birds. What do the birds feel like in my body? What's the somatic experience of a bird in my body? What's the somatic experience of water, listening to water in my body? So I did that, and I still do that every day. What does that feel like in my body? So I'm connecting my mind and I'm connecting my body, and I'm pulling up the feelings. So I was teaching myself to weigh and measure frequencies so I can know what it is that they mean. And I did it with all kinds of different, like I go to the beach and do it on the sand. I go in the water as I'm driving, I lay on the ground. What does the sky feel like in my body? And so I was integrating myself with my body. It was becoming my partner again, because I had to be aware of the feelings in my body so that we could communicate. And it's the feelings that we communicate. And we get to choose what to feel because our thoughts are alchemical and they instruct the body. But I had to get my conscious and my unconscious mind on the same page. And so I did a lot of that. And there's a lot of, on YouTube, there's a lot of integration meditations that can help you do that. And Daniel Siegel's Wheel of Awareness is very good. It's free. It's on YouTube too. Just look it up and do it every day, even if it's just 15 minutes, do it. And I would do it all the time. Like when I'm driving, when somebody was speaking to me, I would feel it, what they're speaking in my body. And it was maintaining the awareness of my body and the thoughts in my mind and the feelings in my body was the key. That was the part that people struggle with the most, because we just go out into we go out into society, and everybody's out there is in 3D in the programming. Okay, and so when we meet with another person, we are resonating with their energy, and so we get sucked back in to the programming. And so the part that takes the most practice is staying awake and aware to consciously be in the now and feeling the body and observing the thoughts in the mind. So I'm just going to run by a couple experiences. When I would come to have an experience with someone, so an exchange of energy, right? And my body would get triggered, I would just pause immediately and go, okay, what's happening? And I would check in with my body, what's happening? Like, why is my body afraid? Because that is the flight response, right? Fear, contraction. It was immediate contraction. I felt that. So I just check in with my body. Okay, what's going on in here? And then I would check in with my mind. I'd look at my thoughts, and mine always said, run, like run. And I'd be like, wow, my body is really afraid. Not I'm afraid, because I'm not my body. My body is really afraid. And then I would put my hand on my heart so I could connect with my body. And then I would look at my field of observation. And if there's no one out there that's about to hurt me, then I'm in an illusion. It's not real. I am in an illusion. And I know that. And my body is misperceiving and misidentifying. It's creating a perception that is not true. It's in an illusion. And if I were living in that state, then we are not in true reality. We're in an illusion. And that's happening. That's what everybody's doing all the time. And then I would observe the field of observation. Okay, so what is triggering me? Why is my body afraid? And a lot of times for me, it would be a loud voice, someone speaking. And I think, okay, well, what does that feel like in my body? I'd feel their voice in my body. Oh, yeah, like, oh, and a memory would come up. Oh, that's when I was a child and it was screamed at all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, that's just what it is. We're safe. We're safe. And then I would make a little note, either a mental note, or I just carry paper and pencil or on my phone and write down the situation so that when I got home, I could sit and go within and think on it. Like, what is that about that? And what is the belief behind that is causing this programming that I need to get out, the programming that I need to get out. And so I would record that, and I would just keep a record of those every single day, as many as I could. And the end product of an experience, so 2 energy exchanges, is the emotion. And so when you have an experience that creates a large reaction, it gets very prominent in your neural network, in your programming, because the body loves you, is trying to protect you, and it doesn't want you to re-experience that pain, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual pain. And so I would then, so that would help me weed out the beliefs that I needed to work on to get out, and why my body was triggering. And so when I had that experience, I was reparenting my body by putting a new emotional signature on that trigger. So when I was triggered in that moment, I saw what was happening. I felt it was happening internally. I thought it was happening into my mind. I saw it was happening externally. And so I was reading the energy. I knew what it meant. And then to change it, I used my breath and slowed my breathing to recenter my nervous system. And then I evoked a feeling of awe or gratitude. And at the beginning, I had to use a memory because I didn't know, I couldn't shift my energy on my own. We needed a shift. And so I would evoke the feelings of love. And so in that moment, I was changing the emotional signature on that experience. So I was reprogramming my cells in that minute. And I just did it over and over and over and over again. And I did it just consistently, like 24 hours a day. I did it. And it took me 4 months. And within about 4 months, it was pretty much done. I wasn't hardly triggering to anything at all. And I could, when we get triggered into those stress hormones, we can't think. You can't think. It takes all of our energy, goes to the, the fight and flight and run. And so we lose our whole ability to think clearly and discern. And that's what's happening out here. We're just inundated with fear all the time. And people just hand their personal power over to everyone because I can't think. I can't even reason. I can't rationalize. And our lives are so busy. So I'm going to let you decide what's best for my health or other issues. And so we've lost the ability to think and discern. And the program, we're just running on this program. And another good example that I tell people is my son, a year or so ago, he was in the store with his girlfriend. And he called me and he's like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. I'm just all upset and I'm angry and I'm just yelling at my girlfriend and we're just trying to figure out what to have for dinner. And she's mad at me and saying I'm being this, that, whatever. And I said, okay, pause. Just pause. Where are you? He said, I'm in Kohl's. I said, okay, well, what's around you? He said, jeans. I'm looking for jeans. We're looking at jeans. And I said, well, you just lost 100 pounds. And so like all of your life, buying clothes has not been a good experience for you. It triggered you feelings of shame and all that stuff. And he's like, oh. And I said, so your environment is triggering your body and then your body is triggering your mind. You don't know what's going on. So you're just finding someone to blame it on and you're projecting it onto her. It has nothing to do with her. And so I said, just walk outside and I just had him on the phone. He walked outside. I said, all right, look up at the sky and just kind of put your hands up. You don't have to be on display because, yeah. And so I said, and just look at the sky. And in that moment, it was shutting off the fight, flight nervous system. Okay. It shut it off completely. And I said, think of a good memory and feel like feelings of love. And I did, and breathe. And he was breathing. And then I said, then go back and you'll be fine. And he did. Like 15 minutes later, he texted me, said, okay, that was great, Mom. I'm fine. That's what it was. We're going to dinner and everything's fine. Now we don't have to have a huge argument this evening, which had absolutely nothing to do with what it was. And that's what's happening to people all the time. And we don't know what's going on. So I'm going to project it onto you because you're in my field of vision when it's really not you at all. It's myself. I'm just reacting to my own projection because of my belief system. Okay. And in that moment when he was feeling that, like he was feeling the somatic feelings of what was happening in his body. So he was integrating the experience somatically with his mind, and then he changed the emotional signature on it. And that's how I changed mine. There are a lot of other techniques too. I do the emotion code, Psych K, and some NLP tools to change it without as much effort. But I find that the rehabituation is the best way to do it. It makes it permanent. So I think it needs to, for me, I think everybody needs to incorporate all of them and do them all and integrate them into your life, because this is a lifestyle change. It isn't just something you're doing for a little while. This is something that you need to do all the time. To be a deliberate creator, a co-creator with the divine, you need to be in constant communication between your internal world and your external world. Your external world is just a projection of your internal world. So your external world is your unconscious mind. This is your unconscious mind. So if you want to know what's going on inside you, look out here and you will see what's in there. And so the experiences, the external experience with the exchange with the internal feelings and the frame, the picture in your mind, the imaginary complex, you have to be constantly interacting with the exchange of data all the time. And then you get to, when you do that and you see how your internal feelings are reflected outside, then you have complete control, because you know, if I change my internal feelings, my beliefs, and I can control my vibrational frequency and my intentions and use my imaginary complex, I can change everything out here. I have complete and total control. And it is absolutely fact, because that is exactly what I did, and it has worked. I was dying physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Well, I was spiritually dead, that's for sure, because I didn't know who I was. I thought I was this person in this life. Well, no, none of that was me. And so I'm not the character and I'm not the play. I am the creator of that. And now that I am in the space of the creator and in the space of the observer, and I am in constant communication between my internal and external world, I have complete control. And it's fun. It's fun. Life has become so much fun. Every day is like Disneyland. And you know, it's so beautiful to experience myself as the sky. I am just madly in love with the sky. And to feel that vibration flow through me, because now I get to be in tune with the divine. I can't even possibly put into words the magnitude of the beauty of that experiencing. That is why you're here, and that is what I desire for all of my other reflections, which are all of you. And I really desire to co-create a beautiful world in harmony. And so we have to get in harmony in here first, so we can create harmony out here. And a beautiful way to do that is learning how to tune up your vibratory instrument for creating. Okay, let me see. Okay, pretty much everybody on here is not new to this, I believe. Is there anybody who's really new to this? No, I didn't think so. Okay. But what I do with clients is I have them define their creator, define themselves, redefine, define their world view, define their intentions, define their desires, define their stage, define the characters, and through that they can, and through integrating that with the body, they get to be deliberate creators. And it's the awareness that is the key. And maybe some of you guys can work with me on that. I know, Raj, you have a lot of information on that too. But that seems to be the hardest thing for people to grasp. You know, it's getting that space between you and the thoughts, and you and the body. And it's just practice. And our lives are so busy that we just forget. We just slide back into the programming. And I was really blessed to not have to be working at that time. And so I could, and I didn't have young children or anything. And so I could focus 24/7 on that. And so there's a lot of tools that are simple to give people. It's just them doing them. And so if you have any that you've had really good success with, can you let me know? because yeah, it's interesting, and I see people disassociating all the time. And in the minute I'm telling them you're creating with your thoughts, like you literally you're creating with your thoughts. So you not, if you knew poison was going to kill you, would you drink it? And yes, we do. I did for 5 years, tried to drink myself to death. So yes, but the thoughts were the thing that were poisoning me, not the alcohol, the thoughts. And so because the thought came before the drink. And so, but I tell people that, and they get it, and then within like 3 seconds they're pushed back into the story, right? And so I'm like, wait a minute, I just said that, and they're like, they're just so yeah. So maybe you guys can help me on that and what has worked for you, because for me it was just constant state of awareness and rehabituation to maintain the observer status, the identity of the observer. Okay, let's see what time is it.
Cece has her hand up.
Oh, Cece, wonderful.
I just want to say, Beth, that I feel like you are one of the best, how you explain how you apply this is one of the best ways and examples that I've heard it explained before. I don't know. It's just, I'm sure there's all of us that can contribute, but I just want to give you props and kudos because you just make it so clear, and you talk about what worked for you in a way that, I've studied this stuff for years, but it's not been as clear about how to apply it in my mind. So I just wanted to say that to you because, and Raj is another one, of course, but what you're explaining here, I just think your clients are very lucky to have somebody who's able to explain it in concrete terms that a layperson or someone who's just new to this can understand. So.
Thank you. Are all of you, do you get that? Is that clear to you, what I'm saying? Everybody else? Like, just say yes, shake your hand.
Beth, yes, yes, you found it came in right after Rob, the shift with Rob's meditation, just the flow that we've been talking about. You nailed it. It's perfect. It's so good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I know people are really have a lot of trauma, and I don't want to discount their experience, okay? Because I don't want them to then just contract, right? Well, you're not validating me. And so for me, it's very delicate space because I work with people who have deep trauma. And so I can't just say, get over it. Like, that's ridiculous, right? They will just close back up and they will never come out. If anybody would have done that to me, it took me 52 years to get the courage to come forth and just allow myself to open up and just to see myself, see what's in there. And so yeah, and my goal is to create wellness, not maintain illness.
Beth, one other thing that I was able to really see is how fortunate your patients must have been to have your bedside presence as a nurse. Really,
Yeah, I did. I was a pediatric nurse for 18 years, and I loved it.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I did. That's just what I am. Yeah, but so when I tell someone, your thoughts create your reality, and then they immediately slip back into their story. If I come at them aggressively, they're just going to be so triggered that they just can't open up. And so I do. I'm not, this is what I'm teaching right now is the steps of how to do this. But when I'm working with someone, I can't say that to them. I can't discount the way they feel, but they just immediately disassociate back into the story. And then they just continue to recreate it. They're dissociating back into the programming. And that's what I was doing before too. And I felt myself going in and out, and it was very sometimes I'd be stuck in the middle, and I don't even know how to explain it, and I couldn't tell which one was real. It was very scary, and that's why I was like, I'm getting out of this because I'm stuck, and sometimes I didn't know where I was, and then I would just. It was interesting because I would, like, I'd be standing in the kitchen, and then I would walk in here and sit in the living room, and I'd go, oh, wait, that just happened. Like, that just happened. So I had dissociated it from it in the kitchen, and just then walking over here, I remembered that just happened. And so it's just so quickly, and that to maintain that awareness for a period of time is the key. And yeah, and it takes willingness, and it takes self-love, and it takes self-compassion. And when you don't love yourself because you have been programmed to not, and then you feel like you have no defender because your creator's out there somewhere, like, and you're looking for it, and begging it to come and like, come save me. Yeah, it's just, I know what it feels like to be in a lot of pain. And so trying to, and I know it's okay, but there's so much suffering, and I know that it's for lessons, but I know the difference. I know what it's like to be there, and I know what it's like to not. And and you're worth it. You're all worth it. I'm telling you, you're all worth it. Please know, and please help people know their value, because I can only see them of who they are now through my eyes. You are all perfect, divine, radiant, luminous love. That's what you are. You are nothing more than that. You don't need to be anything more than that. That's everything. That's all there is. And when I see these people I love, and they're just beating themselves up, or the program's beating them up, and I know that they're here. We're here for reasonable lessons to learn and grow. But man, it's I just remember what I have contrast now, right? I have contrast, and they don't have contrast. They don't even know what it's like to experience the other, maybe for a few seconds, and then they just dissociate back into the programming.
Amen.
I mean,
Yes.
My now ex-husband, and he was here, and and it felt like a death yesterday, and I loved him so much, but he just can't look at his stuff. And so I was talking to him, and one of the things at the end is, I said, I know, just let go of your brother, because he has this, he couldn't save his brother. And I said, just let go of your brother. You were a kid. You couldn't, just let go of it. It's okay. He gifted you this life, and he just, it was immediate disassociation. We went from having this conversation to something in the closet, and you need this for this part of the house, and it was just like, wow, oh my gosh. Like, that's the depths of his pain. That is that there's no way he could even go there. And he can't. And I just love him so much. But I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this, what I'm doing now. And so, and he has paid for this house for us to do this. So he's my greatest gift. He really is. And he's going to give so many people. And I told him that, and I said, I really wanted you, but I couldn't have you. So he said, help as many people as you can. Yeah.
And you are
you're
helping
all,
a lot of people.
yes, I know, and you are all doing that too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if I just can help one me, you, Cece, you're me. And if you saw yourself through my eyes, You would just, oh my God, you are all so beautiful. You are all so beautiful. I just feel like my children are lost and I want them to come home. And I know you are coming. I know everybody is. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I'm not judging it. I just love everybody because you are love. Because I know who I am. I get to experience myself that on a daily basis. And I know every minute now, and I know what hell feels like. And this is a whole lot better. It's fun. You came here to have fun, you guys. And we're having fun. We're having fun. We're having fun. And we're doing this together. And everybody's included. Everybody is a tool. Everybody. Wendy, you are a tool, Wendy. I love you, Wendy. And your son, your beautiful son, he came here to teach us how to love because he doesn't see flaws. I love your son, your baby, Wendy. Thank you so much. And so there's so much beauty and so much purpose here. And I just, I'm trying my best. And I know you guys are all wanting the same. And we're going to work together. We're going to collaborate. We're going to do this. We're going to do this because the new world is here. It's now, it's here. And we have to create from a new mind, a mind of unity, a mind of oneness, a mind of love, a mind of cooperation. Don't ignore this division. And yes, lessons, but you know, I'm done with the atrocities that are happening. I'm done with that. And so we're working together to do the best we can to create a new world, a world of abundance. And my Raj, I love you so much.
Beth, I switched Raj over to host so he could do the music demonstration.
All right, we're just gonna. I don't know. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I love this. This is amazing. This is amazing.
Can I say something?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
Beth, I think that what you're doing and having this Monday night is amazing and beautiful and wonderful and eye-opening and transformational and like beyond words. Just I encourage you to have patience with some of us who are like this limiting beliefs and we're just starting to blossom. I'm just starting to blossom. And it's not you, it's us. We're so stuck in all this shit, whatever, that it takes time to get out. You can't do any more than what you're doing. You are wonderful and complete and offering an amazing, abundance and freedom to living life fully. And you're just doing an amazing job. And I feel like you're like trying to like limit yourself and saying, what am I doing that's not enough? You're not doing anything that's not enough. It's like people like me that with self-limiting beliefs, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm out what Beth wants. And we're just like trying to embrace it. But it's like, it's so mind expanding. We can only handle so much at a time. And I absolutely love being here and what you have to present. And it's perfect and it's wonderful. And it's only us and our self-limiting beliefs if we are not getting free. So, and I like, now this is like my highlight of my week. I mean, I had like 3 things on Monday night. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Monday night. I want to do this. And so like you became my priority and I gave up my business, which is my income, but I bet I can listen to that on a replay. But I got to still like encourage people to go to that, but I'm not showing up, but whatever. But anyway, I just want to say that what you're giving is so perfect and complete and beautiful and it's enough. You are enough. We are enough. And we are all in our process and our journey and we're embracing it. And it's all beautiful. I just like so admire where you're at and where you came from and that you're doing this now. I'm just like sucking it up like a sponge. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And I am aware that there is a little bit of and Jana's been so beautiful helping. She's my best teacher. She's so amazing, Jana. Because I have really have, because I'm not in that programming anymore, I've forgotten what it's like to think that way. And
It's a
so,
language barrier.
and
Heather, that's
right?
it. It's a language
Yes, it
barrier.
is. And it, yes, and I just, and when I have experiences, what's coming in is energy, I think in energy. And so, and Jana's helping me. She's so wonderful, and we're all walking our way out of our stuff, but trying to help me present it in a manner that is understandable, because it's really important for me to, listen, I know my value. Okay, I do. I am madly, deeply in love with myself. I am having the best life ever. I am.
You should be.
I am. I'm
That's why
telling
I'm
you
here
what.
like that.
Ooh,
Look at you.
Come to my house, you are going to be vibing high. You are going to, a lot of weird things are going to happen if you're around here, because it's happening all the time. Like alarms go off at 3 a.m. that have never been hooked up to the, like alarm system, and doors open and close.
Go into
Just beautiful stuff. It's amazing. Okay. So I have a great life. It is. But, I just, I just want to provide people with the tools, and I need to do it in a way of understanding, because I don't think like that anymore. And so Jana and everybody's helping me with that too. So, but anybody input is welcome.
You know,
I
Raj also speaks quite fluently the same language. So I think
know that's,
have pieces of it. So I think as we collaborate, we'll be able to write the guidebook together. You know what I mean? The how to, evolution for, for dummies, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I know, like Raj, I was getting all this information today, and I'm madly writing, and I'm trying to like put it into language. And it said, call Raj, call Raj, call Raj. I'm not kidding, call Raj, call Raj. And so I'm like, Raj, I need you, I need your mind. And I'm like, he can't, he's probably going to be working. He's like, yeah, sure, text me now. Like, of course, like that's all that he do. Like the divine knew that he's available. And like, so yes, he helped me get it into format where, and I'm working on that. But so anything that you guys can provide with that too, because I do have that little disconnect happening now, because I'm just not in that program anymore. And I just only see beauty too, which is also, I don't want to ever belittle anybody's experience, but I only just see the beauty even in the painful experiences. And so I'm recognizing that that's a little bit of a disconnect now too. And I don't want to trigger people back into that. I want to help pull them out. And so I'm working on that. And I don't ever, and I'm just going to say this, and how you receive it is up to you, but I don't ever want to be elevated above anyone. I want to be standing beside you. Okay. Because I'm not going to turn into that, whatever that is. I'm not that. And I refuse to be that, because that's not what love is. And that doesn't mean I don't have boundaries, and that doesn't mean I can't like push people forward. But so I'm relying on you to keep me where I need to be, grounded where I need to be too. So will you all do that for me, please? Because I need that.
Hey Beth. In fact, I'm gonna actually take it a step further. So I've been
Go,
thinking
Raj.
about this for a long time, and I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. But Beth has inspired me to do so. I'm going to, as an adjunct to this class, I'm going to create a class, and I'm gonna call it Tool Time. So it's gonna be Tool Time, or Tool Time with Raj, or whatever. But one of my experiences has been with the society that we were formerly involved with. They had one tool. They had a really good tool. They had one tool. They brought people in, and they would use that tool, and you would feel emotionally connected to whatever trauma you were trying to recover from, and they would repeat that process over and over again. There are certain individuals within the organization, that's all they do, right? My observation, I'm a guy that looks for patterns. My observation is I've done hundreds of that one particular tool. And I agree with Beth, a lot of times what all you're doing with that particular tool is you are taking somebody back into that trauma. So
Yes.
we all, collectively, we probably have hundreds of tools. I've personally documented probably 25 things that we can talk about. So at a minimum, and I'll be very honest, the days of me offering my services for free are done. I have a couple of clients that I'm going to continue to keep, but from now on, as I take on clients, because I understand my value, it's going to be on a paid basis. However, for this group here, I'm willing to talk about the things that I will dive in depth with you. If you choose to take me on as your coach, that's fine. But I want to share at least the concept. So either you can follow up on that on your own, or you have additional tools that you can work with to overcome your own challenges. Because giving people an environment and so forth, and then giving them one thing to do that with, I think is disempowering in many ways, because
Very much.
you're not taught anything else. So I want to expand that.
I can just say, like, I never was able to use the breakthrough purpose for me personally, because for me, I'm an empath, I'm a healer. It took me so much back into that memory. I'd be a mess for days to clear myself back out of that. So for me, I never used the breakthrough purpose. I can clear without going into the pain of it. You know what I mean? I like channel God's energy and clear it without experiencing the pain.
Yes.
So for me, I never believed in that. And I did say that a few times. The breakthrough purpose doesn't work for me, but I'm happy it works for other people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
sorry.
Does it? I mean, I think here's my observation again. It might work in the moment, but if you have deep trauma with a lot of people, the deep trauma doesn't go. Look, I'm 56 years old, right? So whatever happened to me at 9 years old, I've held onto it with that negative energy space for almost 40 some years, right? So to go and do a breakthrough in the moment, it feels like, oh wow, I've been unburdened, been lifted, but it comes back because I've had years of that programming that Beth talks about, where I continue to utilize that negative energy. You need some other tools. I mean, it wasn't honestly, it wasn't a breakthrough that got me out of it, but certainly work. What I want to do is I want to right now thank publicly that group for bringing us together, because they did provide a venue for us to come together. And whether or not we fit into their future plans or not is regardless. We're here now, so we can do, again, we're creators. We can create something beautiful out of this.
Yes, thank you, Raj. Yes, I agree.
Funny. Intuitively, I always felt that too. Intuitively, I always picked up, and I never fully went in because something didn't gel for me. Something wasn't authentic. It wasn't right. So I never.
I mean, I was just getting messages. Like it would be like, no, 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 no. Like, just like that was just like, no. And that's not, I work with people from now and go forward. Because I don't want to, we create with our thoughts, emotions, focus, attention. So like, and when we removing the limiting belief that, I'm a failure, I'm broken, I'm flawed, and you're telling people go have a breakthrough, you're just reinforcing that. And so, it's fine. It's beautiful. Right. So it's just wasn't for me. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't because I get way more progress of just, because it's the body that's sucking us back in. It's the body that's keeping us in the programming. And so if you, to embody your truth is to put your own programming in, the truth, your programming. And my programming is, my identity is presence. Like, I'm the awareness. I am love. I am the energy. I'm the essence. Now I'm the character. I'm Beth in this play, right? I am the awareness. I'm the presence, having a human experience for the infinite expansion awareness of my soul, right? That's what I am. And so we have to reprogram that. And then the body isn't just sucking that programming, and you can have integrity of your field. And then you can walk through World War III. And literally, because everything's energy, it can't even touch you. Like, it can. It cannot. Yes. And so, And so that's what, and there's, like Raj said, there's so many tools. Like, I could take one and spend just on one, and I can't do all of that. And all of you have so much knowledge. You share. I mean, Rob, that was amazing, Rob. That was amazing. And I mean, I know how to do it myself, like when I'm laying in bed, whatever, but like you have a good voice. That was a lovely voice.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and like your
Amen.
adventure through there, you know. And I mean, I do the dancing. I don't know if that just started happening when my body on the programming, and I've just listened to the music, and Roger's going to play that, and I can't even be still. I'm just fluid. That's what I just feel fluid. And so when you and yeah, and you change your language, that is a big thing, because the spoken word is the pattern in your neural network. It's so important. And it's just NLP stuff, you know, like it's a computer. Like we have been hacked.
Yes.
Literally, we have been hacked by doubt. Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, and separation and, you know, that's an intentional part of a evolution of a creation. So it's not, I mean, we have just been stuck there for a long time because of stuff, you know, what stuff. And I'm not bringing that into here because I'm not creating that.
Yes.
And so we are moving out of that. And and we're doing that one beautiful soul at a time. And everybody is just as valuable as the other. And yes, and I love you all so much. And so let's just play that Raj. I love this song. It's a cellular upgrade, and just feel it in your body. And oh yeah, and if you can move with it, like, because the posture is also instructing the body, you know, and the breath, and just open your heart and feel it and allow it. Set the intention, feel the energies, like, you know, the violet flame coming in and filling you, and have the somatic experience, because this is fabulous. Listen to this stuff as much as you can within you. Go
Yes.
with it.
Yes. Amen.
Thanks, Raj.
Amen.
Okay, can you just let me know if you can hear it, please?
Yes.
Y'all hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Harmony and wholeness now becomes you. Restoring, recalibrating, and activating every cell within your being. You are who you came here to be. I welcome love. I welcome harmony. I welcome all of the beautiful things that are meant for me. I welcome light. Let it surround me. Grounded and rooted in the earth, we align with the highest frequency. And when the dark clouds come over me, it gets hard. Feels like I can't breathe. I rise higher than I've ever been. I look within and listen. You are supported and guided by the higher angelic realms. May you continue to remember Divinity has taken course. And so it is.
Thank you. 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 I'm so happy.
Yay.
This is a high frequency of love. Y'all are love. That's what you all are. Did you just feel yourself? That's you. That was you. I felt you. You're beautiful. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. If any of you want to hook up with me, I just did this sound healing 4-day conference. It's all these amazing stuff and great meditations that are worked by some very well-versed sound healers. And anything you have to share with me, I welcome everything. I welcome every critique, anything that you have. I'm trying to learn this technology stuff, which actually I've learned this technology stuff and I know it fully and completely, and I'm absolutely amazing at it already. Right, Raj? Yes. All right. Okay. And that's what I'd like to do is teach people to speak from right to left. We don't speak from left to right. We speak from right to left. That's so important. It's already done. You live as if it's already done. And that is exactly how I live my life every day. I already have it. I already have it. And I, even though it's not reflected out here, I live as though I already have it. And it comes every single time. And you are all part of this amazing journey. I can't wait to see what unfolds. I'm just going to take it as it goes. And anybody has anything else to say, I would love to hear what you have to say. You're all a gift. And you all share some tools that we can collaborate and work together to help our beautiful human family and our Mother Earth and our Father Sky to help us shift and create this new world. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much, Beth and Raj, for doing this, and Jenna. It is absolutely wonderful. This is just amazing. This is like, now Monday night is the highlight of my week. And I have 3 other things on Monday nights, but I'm here because the call isn't recorded and I want to be live. But and this is like my business, which is my livelihood.
No.
That's
But Kathy, you do the essential oils. That's free. You know all about that. I've met you. You told me all about that. We need that gift. We need people to teach people this stuff. That's important. That's such an amazing tool for wellness, to maintain wellness on a daily basis. This is not about illness. This is about wellness.
Right.
Because we are well. We are well.
Right.
And
I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, because a lot of us are like, we're in like 101 going to 102 or 103, and you're like the 400 level.
Well,
so like stay where you are, because we want to be where you're at. Don't like come down to where we are. And this is what God does. He says, well, I'm not going to come down into your muck. I want you to lift your eyes up and look up. And I feel that way about you. So don't ever feel like, well, what can I do to reach people? You just gotta keep being yourself, and I love you the way you are. Be yourself, because then everyone's going to like rise up to where you're at. You don't want to compromise and go down to where they are. Don't self-doubt or whatever. I just love where you come from, and you give me hope and encouragement. And yes, you will encourage us to the 400th level. And I just want to be where you are. Don't ever feel like you got to come down and meet us where we're at. We just need to rise up to where you are. And I love your downloads, and I love what you say. I may not understand it all. I may not be able to comprehend it, but give me time. Give me time, and I will. And I just love that.
You are right now. Thank you. I received that. And you are. Like, say, I am. I understand all of it, and it is completely integrated into my system, into my neural network. Can you say that for me right now, please?
I am integrated into my system, and it is in my neural network, and I am out of my physical environment in about 10 days. Yay.
Yay.
Changing your language is so important.
Mhm.
It is so important because it is your language. That's the context, from behind the content of the mind, and it's so important. And so,
I'll be
Yeah.
in a
yeah.
fish
Kathy.
tank soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just kind of keep working at this. This is amazing. You are just such beautiful gifts. And Leica, you as well. Leica has amazing experience that she would share. I would love to have a space where we can just share our experience too. So we can connect. Who are you and what's your story? And like, I resonate with you. So then I can call you and like, yeah. I mean, I want to be more than just a face on a screen. And I know exactly who you all are, but I'd like to know, your character in the dream that we're dreaming together, and the beauty in it and what you are desiring and creating, so I can share that with you. I want to know you, so share you with me, and I'm sharing you with you, and we are one. We are one human family, and we have come. We have all come. We have chosen to experience suffering so that we may redeem our oppressors, because the dark is the light. It's the same. And so my whole marriage, I thought my husband was, my oppressor, and now I understand it wasn't, but it was the amount of hell I created for myself. And actually, in the end, he is my greatest gift. That experience is what got me here. And as a matter of fact, he has walked away. He has now built the building that my wellness center is going to heal people in. This house, this huge house. So he even built that. He paid for that, everything, and he has handed it to me. And he has walked away. And even all he took was his massive base sports card collection, which, I always hated that thing because, and now I see, wow, last night I was like, wow, wait, actually, that's trees. That's paper, that's trees. So he's taking the divine with him. That's trees. The trees speak to you. The trees are the divine. So he's got the divine with him too. And he's got a lot of it. a lot of boxes of it. So
Whole truckload.
Yeah. Yes. so yeah. So
let's put a prayer out and hope that he finds light, that he finds his answer and light and some healing for him.
Yeah. I do. Sure his name is David, and
the energy of this building, I think God may bless him for it,
Yes. Yeah. I even told him that last night, and he wouldn't receive that. But he will. That's what we're doing, right? We're changing that. We're to the best of our ability. And so thank you. So that there's no more Davids who have to walk away from their entire life because of their trauma.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful that the village brought us together. And what they're doing is perfectly perfect. I don't even need to know. It's great. What this is about. And there's more to come. And we are going to be so much love. So much love. Just creates more love. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I love you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh.
Bye.
Blessings and love to
Thank you all.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you next week. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see what comes through. All right. I love you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, Beth, I'll reach out to, she's gone.
Has Beth gone?
Reach out to, I think so.
She's just downstairs. I can go grab her.
No, that's right. If you just want to let her know that I'll reach out to her tomorrow and figure out her Zoom, all the settings, so we can create co-hosts and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty simple, so I'll reach out to her.
Rob, I can, Raj, I can do that too, because I'm going to be doing that. So I'd love to sit in that meeting if you'd want me to just we'll.
Yeah,
maybe
no worries. Yeah,
before we get-
absolutely.
yeah,
Happy to
perfect.
share.
Okay.
And you know what? It's, you know, most people always mistake Rob and I because we look so much alike. So no big deal.
Well, you're both pretty great, so it's, you know, it's easy to mix you up for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can be
But you
co-host
can
too.
include
That's
me
not a
in that
problem. I'm gonna be here.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this call. Otherwise, you know, if you get me started, I'll be here till midnight. And y'all don't want that. So I'll create a different
Well,
venue
that's
for
a
my
judgment that
ramp,
we don't want it.
Well, you
my
know,
rumbling.
I wanted to say this really quick because Beth and I were talking earlier, and I think there's an opportunity for a lot of, you know, she has her class where she teaches, but there's no you know, we were talking about us having different visions and kind of sharing and collaborating, which is really cool. It's cool to really see all of you in your natural habitat, like watch Rob bring his gift instead of, because it's more free, you know, it's like, remember the show Fame, you know, where everybody's like super creative. So this is more like freestyle, where everybody's like feeling themselves and feeling their gifts. We're not reading off of somebody else's script, right? So
Right. We're creating our own.
another course that I thought about that would, or another class where we all is interactive, is having a night where we all get together and we get up and talk for like 10 minutes about whatever topic that it is that inspires us, kind of like a little mini TED Talk type of situation, so we can get more comfortable with expressing ourselves when we have like a audience of people who love us to be able to critique us and say, the one thing you were saying, you know, I love that. And I just think it would embolden all of us to be more powerful public speakers, kind
Well,
of like
that's
divine Toastmasters.
that's what I was the class I'm going to do, the tool time. That's what it's going to be about. It's going to be a very specific format.
Okay.
So an hour presentation, 30 minutes Q&A. What that does is it allows everybody, so you know, you can, and it's not just me, right? So anybody can bring a topic, a tool that they want to talk about. And what it gives you is an opportunity to speak for an hour, answer questions for 30 minutes. But you know what we can do is once we get, let's say 4, 5, 6, or however many people, now we've got enough speakers for a live conference, which is what I really want to do at some point, because it's starting to become South Florida is becoming the convergence point. And so why not take advantage of, you know, the people that are interested and create an event of our own.
Absolutely.
And when you create that event, and Terry has helped me create events before, so we're both good at negotiating with hotels and creating schedules and all that kind of stuff. And but now you've got a group of speakers that have had some practice doing it, you know, via Zoom. And you know what? 1.5-hour sessions are perfect sessions at a speaking conference. So now you've got 1.5-hour blocks of time that people are already practiced in, that you can slot them into an in-person session. Now you can create a half-day session, a full-day session, an entire weekend session, even a retreat, maybe a 3-4 day retreat. You get enough of those speakers over time, you've got enough content for a retreat. So that's my vision. And obviously from a technology perspective, I want to create a platform that allows those that have coaching to connect with those that need coaching in a seamless way. Because that's one of the biggest challenges, is to find the right coaches and find the right clients. Well, I'm going to be building a platform that allows you to do that. So those are the things that I'm bringing together. That's my vision and purpose. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be part of this group. I'm excited to bring that to fruition here. And it's cool to see all you guys again. So thank you, Beth and Jana and Faye Marie, for putting this together. Really appreciate it.
And thank you, Rob,
Raj.
and thank you, Rob, for that absolutely exquisite meditation. It's really good to see you do your thing, you know? So right on.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody. You're all amazing and totally love you. And I can't wait to see you next week.
All
To
right,
be
we'll see you.
continued.
Bye.
That was wonderful.
Right.
That was
More to come.
and I would love
I'll
to
see
be
you
part of
tomorrow.
that.
Yes, yes. Yes, we're just beginning.
Good
Love
night.
to all. Bye now.
All right. Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.